What's up? I'm Amanda Cosco. We're here in Moscow for Mercedes-Benz Fashion Week Russia.
When we think of fashion tech, we don't necessarily think of Russia. The country is much more known for its vodka, fur hats, and patriarchal leader. But recent innovations in virtual and augmented reality, see now, buy now, and digital marketing are causing the Russian Fashion Council to sit up and pay attention. The country is now vying for a leadership position on the global stage when it comes to fashion tech, which is why they invited me to Moscow for Mercedes-Benz Fashion Week Russia, for a glimpse into how they're aligning with international trends when it comes to dealing with the digital disruption of the fashion industry. Economically, Russia has been in a recession for the last 10 years. Like Canada, the country was largely dependent on oil and gas for its wealth, and now must transition to an ideas economy to sustain the next generation. Today, fashion leaders like Alexander Shumsky are turning towards technology as a tool that has the potential to save an industry that's aging fast.
In Russia, fashion industry is considered as a sort of traditional style of production. But the whole world is changing. 3D printing, marketing process, it's about virtual reality, augmented reality. The concept of retail is changing also. And it's not only about production, it's not only about retail, it's not only about marketing, it's about the whole idea. So technology hits everything.
The shows for this season's Fashion Week took place October 13th through 17th at Minyej, a large building just outside Red Square, Moscow's historical center. On the runway, I saw a clear conflict between old and new values. Goja Nikabad's show, for example, was more like watching a well-practiced Russian ballet, and Anika Karamova presented traditional cuts along with traditional ideals of femininity. In contrast, designers like Yulia Nikolava and Lumiere Gasson aim for something more modern, edgy, and dare I say it, even rebellious. Alongside the runway shows, the Russian Fashion Council has also launched a new tech-focused initiative. The Fashion Futurum is an international conference for advancing expertise and accelerating business in areas of fashion tech. This season, they hosted a startup show, which was more like a pitch contest. 70 applicants submitted ideas, which were vetted and narrowed down to 12 companies. Entrepreneurs had 5 minutes to sell their idea to a panel of experts, and they were competing for a spot in one of 2 fashion technology accelerators in Helsinki and Milan.
So, Sharif,
Yes,
you are a technology consultant, former journalist.
that's right.
Based on the fashion tech startup presentations that you saw today, what do you think about fashion tech in Russia?
I think it's moving in the right direction. This is an amazing event just to get things started, but it is still in its infancy. There's a lot of blue sky ideas, and there's a lot of attempts to be disruptive and be global and just do everything all at once, which is great. It's good energy, sometimes comes across a bit naive, but then again, there's been some startups here that are extremely realistic, focusing on solving the biggest problems faced by the biggest fashion retailers, for example, which is a good start for a business. So there's a broad mix, but I'm always for the more realistic ideas.
I think there is a lot of potential, some very good technology projects. So I'm curious to see the development that we will have if they will become international companies. But yeah, it's a very important initiative today.
When it comes to integrating technology, there weren't any wearables on the runway like we've seen in New York and Paris recently. Instead, the focus seemed to be much more centered on how digital technology can bridge the gap between designers and consumers. The Mercedes-Benz Fashion Week Russia app, for example, allowed audiences from all over the world to view collections straight from the runway in 360-degree photos that were interactive. Users could click on an item to take a closer look and be directed to the designer's website. Attendees were also invited to view and interact with the runway in VR using a Google Cardboard headset. I wanted to find the people responsible for bringing this VR component to the Fashion Week. Turns out they were American. I first met Mike Torino, Director of Sales and Partnerships at UVisit. Mike's team at UVisit is developing a niche in the fashion industry. Their aim is to make virtual content not only interactive, but also shoppable.
So UVisit is an interactive virtual reality company. We create interactive experiences outside of the gaming industry, and we have a particular niche within fashion.
And so you're here at Mercedes-Benz Fashion Week Russia. Last time you were here, you created an interactive immersive video called Mirror to the Soul that won lots of awards. Tell me about that.
Yeah, Mirror to the Soul follows a Parisian fashionista and an up-and-coming model who was featured on the cover of Noir magazine, as well as an up-and-coming illustrator, Jae-suk Kim, and how these three characters interact with this emerging fashion week in Russia.
And so what have you done this year that combines fashion and virtual reality?
So this year we're making a designer virtual showcase where you can look around at the designer's collection and see their entire collection within seconds. Decide if you like a dress, you can click on it, get more information, and make a purchase.
I soon learned that Mike's partner in crime is Craig Arend, a digital influencer from New York and one of the fathers of street style photography. This year, Arend's experimenting with how we can use VR not just for consuming fashion, but also for creating it.
So Craig, tell me about the mixed reality project that you're working on here.
Mixed reality, the idea is right now with virtual reality you have 6.5 million headsets in circulation roughly around the world, right? But with mixed reality, we believe it's the best way to show what it's like to be in the virtual environment on a 2D screen. In this case, we're taking illustrators, the top illustrators from around the world, and putting them inside of a green screen and recording them making amazing illustrations on Google Tilt Brush.
The startup fashion scene in Russia may be young, but it recognizes that establishing ties with the global fashion tech community is necessary for its growth and survival. While Russia may not be known for its strong international relations, its fashion industry is finding a new way forward. For Electric Runway, I'm Amanda Cosco.